Hello students and Namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and I welcome you all to the online session of Vidyadish Vidya Sankul School. Students, in our today's lecture we are going to study about your standard 10th literature part, unit number 3, poem number 2, okay, of your third unit. There are two poems. First we have already completed, that is How to Tell Wild Animals, and in our today's lecture we are going to discuss about the second poem of your unit number 3, that is the Ball poem. Okay, and the poet of this poem is John Berryman, who was an American poet and a scholar. Okay, and he is also known for the Dream Songs, which was a sequence. Dream Songs, which was a sequence. Sequence means in a continuation. Okay, of 385 poems. It was a sequence of 385 poems, and he has also won a national book award. Okay, so John Berryman, he has also won a national book award for his work, right? Further, the poem, that is the Ball poem. In this poem, the poet John Berryman, through his poem, has tried to describe the reality of life, right? That is which every one of us will have to face one day. Okay, and therefore he has tried to explain us through the poem that how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life, right? So in this poem he has tried to explain us that how we should stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. That means if we come across any difficulties or sorrows, right, which we all come across at a point of time in life, then how we should stand up against that thing. Okay, in this poem, that is the Ball poem, the poet is talking about a small boy or a little boy who has lost his ball, right? And he was actually one day playing with his ball, okay, and the ball got skipped from his hand and it went into the water body, that was the harbor. Okay, so harbor is actually a place on a coast where usually the ships are anchored. Okay, so the ball got into the water, okay, and the boy was very sad. He was standing at the coast or near the harbor looking at the water body because he had lost his one of the favorite thing, that was the ball, which was through which or along with that ball the boy's memories and feelings were attached. Okay, so he was very sad. Then what is happening? He is still standing over there till a long time, okay, and he is just thinking about the ball, and at that point of time the poet John Berryman has a look at the boy, okay, and at that time the writer thinks that he should console, okay, he should console the boy. That means he should go and say that it's okay if you have lost the boy, or he also thought that he will give him the money to purchase another ball, but suddenly the poet realizes that by doing so he will not be able to console the boy. Why? Because the boy, okay, who had lost the ball, he had a lot of feelings and attachment with that ball, and if he'll get him a new ball, then he will not have such a kind of attachment with the ball. Usually, I'll give you one example. When there are small kids, okay, they have toys with them. So among those toys, some of the toys are very favorite of the child, even though it is very, very old, very dirty, not in a good condition. Then too, that child loves that toy. Why? Because there are a lot of memory of that child attached with that toy. Okay, so same is the thing with this boy over here. If we will give that boy, I am not talking about the boy in the poem, I am talking about the example which I was giving. So if that child, okay, is given a new toy instead of the old toy which he loved the most, he will not accept. He or she will not accept. Why? The main reason, as I told you, is the feelings attached with that old toy. Okay, so similarly here also it happens the same thing, that the poet thinks of consoling the boy, tries to make him calm down by giving him the money or the ball, but he thinks that the boy is in the right time or he is at the right position when he should learn to part away with its things. He should learn to part away. That means to be away from the things which he loves the most. Because usually in our life also, okay, through this example, the poet is trying to say that usually in our life also, there are some incidences or a time will come when the beloved ones or the people or the thing which we love the most goes away from us. Okay, a time will come when we will lose that thing. So we need to learn that how to make up with that thing, right? If we'll keep on thinking about that thing and if we'll not come out of that thing, our life will spoil totally. Okay, so that is what the poet is trying to explain here through this poem. Okay, then further he says that the time has come for the boy to learn to take his responsibilities. Okay, so here the poet tries to say that now the boy needs to take the responsibilities and learn to accept the tough lessons of life, right? The tough lessons, the example I have already told you that usually in all of us life there will be a time when we lose our relatives, our parents, our loved ones, okay, our home or our favorite things, but we should learn to come out of that. So that is what the poet is trying to explain us through this poem. Okay, so that was the summary of the poem. So to understand it in a more proper way, let us try to understand this poem from the textbook. Okay, so let us begin. What is the introductory paragraph saying? A boy loses a ball, he is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much. We all know that a ball doesn't cost that much money. It is not very expensive. Nor is it difficult to buy another ball. Why then is the boy so upset? Right? This is a big question, right? Read the poem to see what the poet thinks has been lost and what the boy has to learn from the experience of losing something. Right, so that is what I explained you right now. So let us begin with the poem now. Okay. What is the boy now who has lost this ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over there it is in the water. Okay. So the poet John Berryman is standing over there where the boy is playing with the ball. Okay, so what he is saying, what is the boy now? That means what is the condition of that boy now, right? Who has lost his ball? What is he to do? That means now as he has lost his ball, what will he do now? Okay, I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over there it is in the water. So as I told you that the ball kept bouncing and it rolled over and went to the water body. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Okay, so what is written? No use to say, oh, there are other balls. That means here when the ball is going into the water body, okay, at that time the poet feels that he should try to console the boy. That means he should try to calm down the boy, make him relax. Okay, so to do that, what the poet thought that he will get him a new ball or he will give him the money to buy a new ball. Okay, an ultimate shaking grief fixes the ball. That means when the ball is gone inside the water or when the ball is inside the water, boy is still standing over there and is looking at the water body where the ball has already gone. Okay. Ultimate shaking grief, that means he is very very sad, or he is very in a deep sorrow. Okay. Fixes the boy as he stands rigid, that means he is standing still, that means without any emotions, without any movement, anything. Trembling means as he has lost his favorite ball, his body is trembling. Staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. All his young days into the harbor means the poet is actually trying to say that the ball which has gone to the water, which has fallen inside the water, okay, it was a ball along with which the young boy's memories were attached, his feelings were attached. Okay, and as it has gone into the water, all his feelings and everything has gone into the water, that is in the harbor. Harbor, as I told you, it is a place on a coast where the ships are anchored or halted. Okay. I would not intrude on him. I would not intrude on him. Okay. A dime. Another ball is worthless. Okay. So the meaning is given over here. I would not intrude on him. A dime. Another ball is worthless. So as you can see here, the meanings are given to you, right? We will try to find out the meaning. Okay, what is given? Intrude means here to enter a situation where one is not welcome. That means the boy is lost in his grief, in his thoughts, and at that point of time, if the poet goes to him, if he is trying to approach the boy, it would not be the right thing to disturb him at that particular point of time or that moment. Okay. Dime means 10 cents, right? So what the poet is trying to say, let us find out. What he is saying, that I would not intrude him, a dime, another ball is worthless. That means he is trying to say that if I will go to him, if I will tell him that take this money and get another ball, it will be worthless or useless. Why? Because though if the poet will give him the money to buy another ball, but the boy will not have such kind of feelings and emotions what he had with the ball which he has lost. Okay. So what is written further? Now he senses first responsibility. That means what the poet is saying, that now it is not the right time to go and talk with him. Okay, because he is in a situation or a state where he is going to learn his first responsibility. Okay, that is the sense for first responsibility. That means the thing which he has lost is now not going to come back, and that is what the boy needs to learn now. That means in life further also there will be many such things which are very close to us and which will be getting away from us, but we cannot do anything. Okay, so that is what the poet is trying to explain. Moving further, in a world of possessions, possessions means ownership, belongingness. Okay, in a world of possessions, people will take balls will be lost away, little boy. So that means he is trying to say, in the world of possessions, possessions means ownership. So in future also, what the poet is trying to say, that we as a person may have many belongings. For example, we have our own home, car, and property and many such things, right? So what he is saying, that in a world of possessions, people will take balls will be lost always, little boy. That means he is trying to say that there are so many belongings, so many things which are very close to us, which we love a lot, but a time will come when all those things will be taken away, or either it will get away from us. Okay, and we need to learn to stay away from those things, or we need to forget those things. Okay, further, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss. Okay, This epistemology of loss means understanding the nature of loss, what it means to lose something. That means now he is understanding, he is getting matured, that what he should do when something which we love the most is getting lost. Okay. How to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up, and most know many days how to stand up. So that is what the poet is trying to explain, that in our day to day life also there are some instances, there are some situations where we come across a situation where we have lost our most lovable thing, or we have lost the person whom we love the most. It is our family, our friends, our relatives, but we should try to stand up. That means we should try to overcome that thing. Okay, we should not get involved, or we should not be lost in that thing. If we get lost in that thing, and if we are not able to forget all those things and move ahead in life with time, then we will be lost, and our life will be totally destroyed. Okay, so that is what is being told in the poem, and here the poem comes to an end. So let us end our lecture over here. Okay, I'll end my lecture over here. That's it for today, everyone. I hope so the poem was clear to you all. Thank you so much for listening to me. Okay, stay healthy, stay blessed.